The Bible speaks about a cosmic conflict between good and evil, between God and Satan. This conflict is most clearly described in a narrative and in some prophecies, but did you know that Jesus also told a parable about this? It is the parable of the wheat and the weeds, written in Matthew 13:24-30. At the surface, this story is about a farmer's problem and his solution to the problem. The problem was that an enemy corrupted his crop by sowing weeds in secret. The enemy is described briefly by three actions. He came, he sowed, and he went his way. He is quick, driven, intentional, and mysterious. We don't know why, but clearly he is in conflict with the owner. The enemy's gain is the farmer's loss. A compromised crop, economic damage, and confusion among the servants who ask, "Master, did you not sow good seed in your field? How then does it have weeds?" The question sounds very familiar. It has circulated around the globe for millennia. If God created a good world, why is there evil in it? Check out how cleverly Jesus uses the term good seed instead of simply wheat at first. The emphasis on good is key for this story. It is a story about good and evil. One fascinating way in which the writer tells the story is through the entries and exits of the wheat and weeds. The good seed is sown first, the weeds after. The spatial marker among the wheat is important. Weeds could be sown in a different field, but they serve the enemy's purpose only if sown among the wheat. Like the weeds, evil can appear only after good and among the good, because evil is nothing but a corruption of the good. From the moment the weeds are sown among the wheat, the two will stick together until the harvest. The next three mentions of the wheat and weeds picture them together. They appear together, are noticed together, and are to grow together. So the journey of the grain from the field to the barn involves growing together with weeds. Why? Because the endurance of the weeds protects the wheat. The endurance of evil protects the good. From the moment evil appears, it must stick with the good until it can be wisely removed without compromising the good. If the entry of the seeds and weeds depicts the origin of evil, their exits show its outcome. The temporary evil is outlived by the everlasting good. The weeds are gathered, bound, and burned, while the wheat is gathered last and put into the barn. Now let's see what the dialogue in the story reveals about this cosmic conflict. It occurs between the two main characters, the servants and their master, and is a Q&A initiated by the servants when they notice the problem. We could summarize it like this. Why are there weeds if you sowed good seed? An enemy has done this. Should we remove the weeds now? No, this would endanger the wheat. Let them grow together until the harvest, and then we will separate them, the weeds for destruction and the wheat for gathering in the barn. The dialogue creates a contrast between the two characters. The servants are naive, immature, and short-sighted. They are not aware of the weeds until they grow, do not know how they came to be in the field, and have no inner grasp of their outcome. Zealous but imprudent, the servants offer a problematic solution. By contrast, the master has greater knowledge and superior wisdom. He shows no hint of surprise and speaks with the calm and insight of one fully aware of the past, present, and future. He knows what happened, understands the present dilemma, and predicts the future, over which he appears to have full control. But for now, the master's integrity is under probation. The weeds are, after all, found in his field. Has he really sown good seed? Is he a good owner? The key to this question is in his rejection of the servant's solution and his justification for it. If the servants were to pluck the weeds right away, they would probably do careful work. Much more grain would be saved than lost. But the sower cannot afford to lose even one stalk of his grain. His concern for each seed is that great. The master's choice to delay the removal of evil so that all the grain can be saved reveals his true character. This story tells us how God dealt with evil when it appeared in the universe. Evil was born in the heart of a leader among God's angels named Lucifer, who cast doubts on God's character and caused many angels to also question him. God could have destroyed the rebels immediately. Would this have solved the problem, though? No, because the doubt would have lingered. Had God obliterated all the skeptics, this would have raised doubt in more angels. Sin was a disease of the soul that could not be cured by destroying the heart, but by proving it wrong. So God had to allow time for Satan's character and motives to be fully displayed before the universe. That is why evil still exists today, though it will not be tolerated forever. While Satan has been proving his character, so has God. His nature of love was fully revealed before the entire universe on a cross, where he demonstrated that he loved his creatures more than himself. His death in the place of humankind was the most effective way of proving Satan wrong. And as the story tells, one day this loving God will also put an end to evil forever. Meanwhile, we can trust him because of what he has done for us.